Today, we will go through what you might have missed in the last week in Canadian news. Welcome back to Canada Wide, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification button. We will talk about some snowmobiles, some other creators, and talk about moving a jail to the North Pole, if that's a good idea, and also who got upset at saying the Arrive scam. So let's get into it.
Opposition leader, please to withdraw that comment and to use parliamentary language, please.
Where's the funds?
Can you believe it? Bro, I rolled my eyes so hard.
No, I'm with that shit.
WTF is not what it means, Your Honor. It means, where's the
What
funds?
he would.
The level of...
Holy smokes, these guys are great. It's nice to see, I was going to say small creators, but these guys are huge compared to me. Wow, it's really good to see that a lot of people, YouTubers, are talking about what's going on. That is ridiculous. These guys have to go through their book then and go check out what these words they can't say, which is ridiculous. So it's a shout out to these guys. They're really doing a great job, and I love it that a lot of creators are talking about it. Let's go through the next news about the protest that happened downtown Toronto, where the Italian minister couldn't do what she wanted to do, was have dinner with Trudeau and everyone like that. And this is the second foreign minister coming to Canada that had something bad happen, because Zelensky came here and they invited the Yahtzee, which was, a whole other ball game. But let's have a listen to maybe what's going on with this issue.
What do you say?
Well, I agree. Let's let the police do their job.
Why are police not doing their job?
Because they feel hamstrung by the politicians, by the media, and even by the courts. This is not so much. This is not something that academics or law school students need to figure out. Police officers understand the difference between lawful and unlawful activity. They exercise it every day of the week.
Yes.
The courts, the law is pretty clear, isn't it? I mean, it's hate speech, interference with other people's use of their property, enjoyment, blocking the intersections, especially when you target particular neighborhoods because of the people who live in them. How difficult is that to understand that when people stand up and celebrate, terrorist organizations and call for the death of Jews or the destruction of Israel, how hard is it to figure out that there's something wrong with that protest?
Well, then why are the police not more empowered to do things? I mean, we have pictures in Toronto of police handing out coffees to these protesters while they are blocking traffic, and they're intimidating people from going into their own homes.
Yeah, this is a much different topic, but yeah, the police giving the coffee to the protesters. I know they didn't go out and buy it, but the optics look horrible that they did that. And a lot of times too, like even Jagmeet's Singh's brother, I'm going to put a picture up here, the police, like all of this doesn't help. And even with Trudeau and the churches that were burning and the flag was down for like 9 months, he never really said what he had to say. He doesn't expect the people, and the fish rots from the head down, and that's really what's going on with that. And the next news that you might have missed is Ikra Kelly. She is the M103 person. She says in the committee that has come up with Arrive Can that saying Arrive Can or saying Arrive Scan promotes public cynicism. For an app that we all know, am I going to say it again, was supposed to cost $80,000 and went to $60 million. You shouldn't say it's a scam, because that sort of insults the public sector workers. Isn't that unbelievable? Like, when is it a scam if that's not it? Like, I can't believe with these liberals, and I haven't seen her face actually in like 4 years, something like that. Ever since the M103, she's been gone, but that is unreal. Let's look at the next news you might have missed. The next is with Bernardo, and maybe we should do something with these jails, like put one in the Arctic Circle. Let's have a listen to this.
Maximum are identical. It's what happens within the jail that's really different. So I was just in maximum security last week, and it is completely confined, as in every movement, there are frisks, there are double doors everywhere. In medium security, it feels more like a university. You walk out, there's building to building to building to building. So I walk in, You see living units, you see people milling about. Frankly, some of the times you can't tell the difference between the staff and those who are incarcerated because people might be doing a job.
Wow.
And they might just be in casual attire. So you don't know if the person next to you is in jeans and doing just, an inmate job or a worker. So
they're not in like an orange jumpsuit or, the old fashioned black and white stripes.
No, when I worked in corrections, it may have changed. I think it was jeans and a blue T-shirt. I think it's something similar now. In maximum, they're very strict. For instance, even you talk about the dress code. They're strict on the dress code because again, the security is just so elevated. When I walked into La Casa, I felt quite comfortable. And granted,
it's really disturbing that Bernardo gets to have this university atmosphere, and so a plumber can come in and fix something, and he's walking around in blue jeans, and so is Bernardo. I mean, let that sink in. Carla Homolka, she got off. She married her lawyer. She went to Grenada, had a couple kids, lived in Quebec, and now, whatever, she's hiding and had kids come over. Those two are both in the same boat. She should be here too. Yet somehow she got off. And Paul Bernardo going to this and that other guy, this is sickening that they're going. Let's have a look at this jail and what's going on. Why does it sound like it's a university? Let's go zip around here. Okay, it is right by Mont Tremblant. So everyone that's going skiing can wave to Bernardo. Let's have a look here. This is the facility, and it does look like nothing much. I thought a maximum security or minimum what this is would be a lot different. It's just a piece of land with some big fence around it. Here is the hockey rink. If he wants to go play some tennis or some hockey, hang out, yeah, that's the place right there. How much is this worth? I don't know, 10 million bucks, would you say? Why don't we do this instead? Why don't we put a jail way up north here? Let's pick a nice place way up here. Here, let's zoom in here. This little one, I like this one. Here, Lower Savage Islands, right here. Why don't we put the jail here? We got Stephen Gilboa, and he can put his brain power together and have solar panels, wind, to grow your own food. Get Catherine McKenna, dig her out wherever she's from. And they can all talk about how amazing it is that green energy is important and how they can do it. Let them go there. Why not? Put the jail up, have solar panels, wind power, grow your own food. If it's so amazing, green power, we're going to see how it works right here. So do that. Move the jail here. It'll be a lot easier. Don't worry about escape. Let me just keep scrolling out. Don't worry about escape. I think you're okay. You're okay if anything like happens. But why not do this? They can roam the whole island for all I care. They're not going to go in the water ever. So that's a good idea, and I think they should do that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Why don't you just move a jail way up here? You can have a lot less people managing it, because I don't think anyone's going to leave that place anytime soon. And the next news you might have missed is Trudeau spent $32 million on snowmobiles. Yeah, you heard me right. Justin Trudeau spent $32 million on snowmobile purchases for people in Northwest Territories. Isn't that unbelievable? Don't you think this is like buying votes in an area? Because why don't you lower the taxes for everyone so they can buy a snowmobile? Why don't you do that instead of like 46% tax going to the government? Because he goes around and pretend it's a big gift for everyone up north. So anyway, hope you like this. This is the news you might have missed in the past week. See you in the next video. Best of goodbyes. Thanks for tuning in to Canada-Wide News. Hold up, before you dash off. A little birdie tells me many of you are ghosting around here without joining the subscriber crew. Given Trudeau's keen interest in making the internet his own sandbox, hitting that subscribe button is your golden pass to always catching our broadcasts.